most inspiring quote about this part of the process, the inception, comes from a scientist, Einstein to be specific, who wrote, "Imagination is more important than knowledge." I've been writing for 40 years, and like most writers, I can't say for sure where ideas come from. What synapse magically connects with another synapse and makes the conscious mind go, "Ah, that's the basis for a good story." They don't always come to me on command or when I'm thinking of them, and they rarely come to me fully formed. But we don't often have the luxury of sitting around waiting for inspiration to strike, especially if you're on a television show with 22 episodes to deliver on a very unforgiving schedule. Or you signed a feature contract and have traditionally 12 weeks to write a first draft, 8 weeks if it's a rewrite, and sometimes that rewrite is so completely new, it is a first draft, and 2 weeks to do a polish. Those are very hard and fast deadlines you have to meet. So, 3 important things you can do: observe, listen, and read. And what is it you're observing and listening and reading for? An interesting basis for conflict. By the way, I don't think Einstein wanted to diminish the importance of knowledge. And the importance of imagination over knowledge doesn't mean that you have to be inherently gifted with a wild imagination. Just have to be curious enough to ask the interesting questions. One final piece of counterintuitive advice. When you come up with that idea, that story notion, that springboard that sounds intriguing and wonderful, and you can't figure out how it ends for days or weeks or even longer, that's not necessarily a bad thing. If the end comes easily for you, it might come just as easily to the viewer. The exciting springboard into a story that has conflict and emotion and a gripping first act, and you don't know where it goes, or per earlier, there are multiple and equally as interesting ways to go, those are the ones you want to explore and fall asleep at night thinking about. That's what I do. And finally, you've come up with that brilliant, magical idea. A couple of thoughts. To me, it's not whether what you've come up with is intriguing or a good springboard into a story. You need also to answer what's important in writing that idea based on 2 key questions. The first is it something you can be passionate about? Otherwise, why do you care about this idea? And second, just as important, how do I make the audience care as much as I do? How do I invest them emotionally in the story? It all comes back to that for me, and I will keep bringing this up again and again.